So recently on YouTube, I've come in contact with other video creators who supposedly give advice on things that they generally don't know much. And some even come to a point of dishing out a "I've been doing this for more than 2 years now." I find this ridiculously funny, as I've been doing this for more than 30 years and I still don't know jack, and I still am learning each and every day. So please take my opinion with a little bit of salt and pepper, as my views is not what the pros do kind of review, but something concerning out pure experience and how the things do work well for me. Can I be wrong? Absolutely yes. I am not the holder of the absolute truth, and my ways might not be what is best for you. But, and let me be quite clear on this, I do have a long experience on what concerns street photography on the large European capital. Another capital thing I'd like to stress is that titles that include the words pro, or its plural, pros, should be seen or faced with an inquisitory and doubtful mind, as these tend to be clickbaits, and being brutally honest with you, I've seen several non-pros showing better art than some pros who consistently shove us with mere snapshots. Concerning this, let me tell you an episode that happened to me a few years back. It was around 2014 when a fresh out of photography training school for the unemployed came out, and his name was Mr. Magalhães. From now onward, I'll just refer him as Dudu, as he does not reserve anything better than this. He had one Nikon on one hand and a training certificate on the other. Now, his Nikon, to which I don't recall the model, had a third-party battery grip. And on one of the first images that I've seen of Dudu at work consisted of him on a prone position with his shooting hand twisted over the camera as if no battery grip was ever present. I did a very naive comment, to which I don't recall the exact wording, but it was somewhat on the sort of, "Hey man, the camera grip is there to prevent that, you know." To which he replied by pulling ranks, stating that I did not have a photography course like he had, and the rest I just refuse to tell you because I'm not willing to go down on linguistic decay. His comment was replied with utter silence from my part. However, a few days went by and he hired a model. Well, he had the money for it, so he went for it. And with her he took this image. Now, I don't know about you, and I'm not going to mention the technical detail, or rather the lack of any lens technique, but a woman sitting on a discarded sofa in the middle of the wilderness gives me the idea of low-class horizontal hospitality, or better yet, short-term romantic consultancy. And let me insist with this. This was taken by a pro guy. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, I was lucky enough to meet, throughout my years as a photographist, a handful of amateurs who, with their own art, put us all mere mortals to shame. One of these individuals is, without any kind of doubt, Luisa. I am lucky enough to have met her a few years ago, and by talking to her I can distinctly say that she is not technically savvy. As a matter of fact, her knowledge of the technical part of photography is rather dim, to say the least. But her work, who can only be marked as outstanding, should be known to the public so that we all can admire how art should be. This leads me to an advice. Don't fall for knowledge that starts by pulling ranks behind the words "the pros do this." Sometimes good art is just closer than you might think, and more reachable than you might consider. Do you need an example? I'm leaving Anna's link on the description. Send her a message and you'll see that she will reply. How much closer do you want? And my next artist to bring to this video, and calling him artist is not, and I do repeat, is not making him justice, is Ondra Zeman. And I do immediately apologize if I'm butchering his name because I'm just probably simply mispronouncing it, but his work is utterly astonishing. Ondra is very dissimilar to Anna, in the sense that besides doing street photography, he also focuses on his own people close to him, namely his family and pets, and does it so in a minimalist, Spartan, unique look very typical of Ondra, and sets him apart from the common mortals like us of photography. Ondra, unlike Anna, and most definitely unlike Dudu, has the technical knowledge around photography to a point where he picks up a cheap, vulgar Kentmere and turns it into a mastery image that should live in books and art galleries rather than Facebook or Instagram. It's people like Ondra and Anna that actually keep me going in an attempt to reach to their heels. And I'm really just happy to reach to their heels than actually trying to keep up with them, because I know I'm not able to keep up, that's for sure. Mind you that I'm just showing a somewhat short demo of their work and a really extremely long demo of the fake pro Dudu. This because the image of the model on a discarded sofa speaks for itself. Let me just keep her here and burn and destroy your beloved eyes. This is really, really bad from a person who entitles himself as a pro. Another thing that not only serves the purpose of street photography but also several other photographic variants is the ability of getting off your own comfort zone. Let me give you a concrete example. Lisbon has, each and every year, a town party where food and alcohol is served in street stalls, almost 24 hours non-stop, on an event that is called Marchas de Lisboa. And on this event, I get out of bed at 5 a.m. By 6 a.m. I'm arriving at work and I'm parking the car at the garage, and then off I go photographing drunken people, filthy streets, and cadavers. Yes, and this guy died on the spot. I'm probably the only one doing this, as normally I don't see people with cameras at hand doing images like I do. This tells me one thing of these two. 1. Getting out of bed early does actually compensate. And 2. As I don't see anyone doing this, maybe I'm the one being wrong and I should restringe myself to the image of the 28th Lisbon tram that is taken about 9,000 times daily on many tourist Leicas and Fuji films. Another aspect I can tell you is to use material that you know very well. This because you don't want to be faffing around with options or settings when you are supposed to be pressing the trigger. Speaking of which, don't be trigger happy and don't go around doing bursts with the mentality that, one of the shots will be the good one. Do train yourself to make one shot that counts, as art is not measured by the kilo and most definitely is not measured by how fast you can fill in a memory card. And after all, if by any chance you are caught on the other side of the lens, you wouldn't like to hear somebody taking a burst of images of you, wouldn't you? It would feel weird, right? 27510. Let's go. 210. 14 Victor Delta, this is 31 Lima X-ray 975. Good evening, friends. Frederick, my name is Paulo and I'm receiving you at 57, so 73 for you. Have a nice week and I'll be seeing you. Cheers. 14 Romeo Foxtrot 083, this is 31 Lima X-ray 975 coming at you from Lisboa, Portugal. Good afternoon. bonjour pour vous. Je vais essayer de parler français aussi. C'est la première fois dans un année et demi que je parle français ici à radio. Donc, je suis de Lisbonne, je m'appelle Paulo et vous êtes...
Ok Paulo, tu m'as dit de Lisbonne, hein. Moi je m'appelle Roger et je suis à côté de Toulon. Je suis à côté de Toulon, sur la côte méditerranée, Paulo.
Ah merci, votre signal c'est vraiment très fort. C'est le KRM c'est de 100, votre signal c'est de 8, 9, plus ou moins comme ça. Allez, bonne journée, c'est we say 73, c'est 73 pour vous.
Oui, je vous dis, je vous souhaite une excellente journée et un grand merci de m'avoir répondu.
Ah, pas de problème, un grand merci pour vous et voilà, une bonne journée aussi. Allez, à bientôt.
So now you know that I am a radio amateur as well, and quite often when the solar conditions and the propagation do help out, I can hear American truckers on their highways speaking to one another in a somewhat proper vocabulary of their own reality. It's funny also to establish a comparison between truckers using radios and photography, because both rely on impromptu improvisation and, to some extent, both recur to the services of lush women who sit in discarded sofas in dubious places. You know what I mean. What are you looking at, kid? Have you never seen a grown-up man with a beard, long hair, and the 1950s camera on his lap? Come on, move away. Yeah. It wasn't me who took this photo, you know. It was not me. What? Again, are you looking at me still? Come on, just move away. Go to daddy. Go to daddy and live your life like that. Go away. Bye. Ciao. Bye. You know what? We actually should get paid to watch this. Or better yet, we should be invoicing Dudu, the pro photographer, for emotional and physical abuse. These are not portfolio shots, these are endurance tests. The viewers deserve a salary, overtime, 2 months of psychiatric treatment, and paid holidays on the Seychelles. But making a full stop on this doo-doo ranting, because it's enough to talk about atrocities. Let's go back and talk about getting out of your comfort zone. And let me inform you that my team went to the Portuguese Cup final and lost against the second division team that in the end didn't even got the promotion to the first league. And like each and every year, because the stadium is about 30 minutes walk from me home, I went to photograph the winning side, and let me remind you that it wasn't my team that won. I do this for the 10th year in a row, regardless which team wins. I enjoy doing it because it still shows football, and yes, it's football because it's played with the feet, not with the hands, and it shows its better form as a sport for the masses with families and friends involved. I know I promised that I would stop this, but it's stronger than me, sorry. I just wonder if Dudu would be there, what kind of image would it take? Oh my god, it's impossible to see this and not to laugh. I'm sorry, I really should not be doing this. It's stronger than me, believe me.
Diga-me uma coisa, esta parte do estádio já está aberta ou ainda não? Ainda está fechado? Ok, tá. Não é que normalmente à noite costumam deixar entrar, às 2 horas, tudo acabado, sem problema. Eu quero tirar ali. Obrigado.
And after asking permission to shoot from the policeman, I took this last image and then I had it home, which is how I'm going to end this episode. Again, many thanks for watching till the end, or as we say in Portuguese, até à próxima.